doesn't really feel like a house sport. They are close with each other, but they have their own little group that they always go by. And I also know Aimori went to another cafe right after the semi-final before squeezing herself into ISO for the final.
So how she cheated on you with a different bagel cafe?
Well, I had other plan with Futaba.
Right. I still, mate. And where is my bagel, by the way? I was half expecting a blueberry bagel today.
Maybe we'll ask Aimori later on.
Maybe she's got one for me. Rosa Recchia at her second ever finals here. She was fourth in Briançon. Jessie Pilch, she's going for the overall title. Needs to come first or second to jump above Yanya. And then Erin McNeish, she got a podium the other day in Boulder. I hope her fingers have recovered from that. And then Annie Sanders got a gold medal in Boulder, and I know her skin was terrible. And then finally, Aimori, the highest placing athlete from the semi-final. And she will climb last here today.
The head resetter was telling us that it's not bad, but it's flat. It's not in-cut.
All right, so Gilulu to lead us off on this women's route. The athletes' chance to get to grips with us, and the first time we get to see this as well. Gilulu up onto big slopey holds-ish. There is an in-cut in there, but you've got to do boosty moves between them.
And since they are that good, some of them might try to find a resting spot. But I wonder if you should keep going for the a little bit more complex top part.
Yeah, there are nasty crimps up there, and as we've said a few times now, time is a factor. So yes, I think the athletes just need to keep going, because as you say, there's a temptation to put in big heel hooks, shake out for a long time here.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the tactic. So Gilles out onto the edge, the corner of the wall here, trying to find the good part of it. And it's quite a launch, this, up over the top with the right arm.
And the right hand that she's holding on to right now should be the...
Wow, she's really struggling with this.
I think she just is not finding that tick mark with the jib.
Oh, yes.
I think you're supposed to heel hook or toe hook on that to get your right hand again onto next hold. And then the one she's holding on to with her right hand is a Jortex.
Wow, you are right. So she hasn't, for some reason, hasn't seen it, hasn't spotted it, doesn't like it. And she's going for the high heel, which is going to be a really risky way, but she makes it work. Oof, drama down low then.
I wonder if she missed it by, like, when she was trying to read a route, or she just forgot about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it looked from that angle like it was right on her eye line as well. And in terms of time and energy, that has cost her, and we can see her resting here where I don't think she would have normally.
She's only got up maybe a third the wall, and then she's almost used 2 minutes. I don't really know what that means yet, because she's the first person out. That we find out.
Yes, we will. Well, regardless of its cost her time, it will have cost her energy. So she'll reset here up to another black volume on the left-hand side, and then purple crimps to go here. And you can see the scoreboard on the left. That will indicate which athlete is highest. And of course, we have 8 to come on this as she reaches down, and she's struggling to get this quick draw in. It's been extended to try to prevent some of the rope drag. And shaking that left arm out. And a bump move over to another sloper.
It does look like a lot of like lead female climber route, like, because as you can see, it contains a lot of heel hook.
Yes, you're right. And like there's some classic examples of that. Brooke Rabatou being one of those who always uses them. She's not here at this competition. I'm sure she's listening somewhere in the world. And Natalia Grossman, if people are wondering, she went home as well. Gilles out to these feet. Now, this is an interesting section. You see those giant, well, not giant, those big yellow footholds down by her knee. They aren't footholds. They're actually just to block the bolts. And the athletes, if they try to stand on them, will find there's no text. And it's much easier to do what Gilou's doing here, which is to campus, but she's standing on them, which is risky.
According to the route setter, but she's making it work quite casually too.
She is. She's got to be careful of that right foot, though. But if you try to commit all your weight to it, if you try to walk across those, that's when she might get into some trouble.
I think it happened because some athletes were actually stepping on it in the semifinal. The rule setters were like, we can't make them use those like blocker, I don't know what that is called.
But see, this is the problem, and now she's kind of spotted that she just needs to campus into it. And she'll look for this. Now, I wondered if there was a knee bar here, but it's not. You can't, it's too scrunched up underneath yourself.
And the hold she's holding it to looks quite good, but the position's uncomfortable.
Oh, and she falls. Well, it was an interesting run from Chae-hyun. And we'll have to see whether that heel hook she missed at the beginning was because she missed it or because it just feels so uncomfortable the athletes don't want to use it. Okay, Yutong Zhang will come out onto the stage in front of this Korean crowd that's out in force today. There's a full audience watching. 21. A silver medal to her name. She qualified for the Olympics back in Jakarta for the Asian qualifier. A pretty good semi-finals. Zhang's been competing since 2018. And in Paris she was 13, so outside of the finals. She's had some good results as well this season. 8th in Innsbruck was a particular highlight before lead. Right, underway now. And you can see her really sort of picking the pace up, climbing fast down low.
Yeah.
Now this is the interesting bit. So there is a tick mark on the edge of the wall that doesn't have a hold here. And then maybe that was it. You know, there's a tick mark down low that doesn't have one. Maybe she sort of didn't realise. Because that next one does have a hold on it.
Yeah.
Not quite sure.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm not quite
I
sure.
didn't see that tick
No,
mark underneath.
I didn't know that.
Maybe it was from previous. She did find a heel hook though.
Okay, so she's read it, I think, how the route set is intended here, which would imply that Chae-hyun just made a bit of a mistake in her first run.
At least she made it work, so.
I'm amazed that she did, to be honest, 'cause that high heel was looking super sketchy.
But you can see how, like, it literally costed her some time. She probably spent around a minute there.
Yeah, it definitely cost Chae-hyun some energy. All right, so Yutong Zhang, no such problems from her. 4:40 on the clock. She gets in the heel. She'll make another clip. These are the quick draws I was talking about earlier on. You've got to clip every single one of them. It is actually fairly easy to miss them, or certainly, as we saw Jessie Pilz do, go past one. And this wall and the route goes all the way to the left before cutting back right on that, what is meant to be a no-foot traverse. Into a little bump of the feet to get across.
But I feel like almost every move she's been heel hooking. And that's the technique that a lot of lead climbers use when the quick draw is long enough but a little bit far out. So they make it swing first before they click their own rope.
Well, here she goes, left heel in now. And leaderboard on the left, it should be showing Chae-hyun on the top spot. Isn't right now, but hopefully that will get sorted out so you guys can see. Okay, Yutong Zhang with the right heel. Oh, having to crank hard on that heel to get into the side pull.
Started to look a little tired.
And I think she is as well. Right.
Yeah, we talked to Rossettos earlier, and he was saying that there's nothing hard, but it's quite physical.
Yeah, there's no real sort of uber crux in it, you know, some tricky sequence. It just depends where you start to run out of steam. And she's got a toe in underneath there. She's going to have to match that with the hands. That toe was like, it had super glue on it. It just stuck underneath.
And almost in the full split too.
Flexible stuff from the Chinese athlete right now. And she has perhaps got to drop that foot. That is the high point from Jilulo.
Barely catches it.
Yeah, very physical, that move. And that right arm, you can't really get a break from it. Tries to get hips up as high as possible, and that right arm still in action as she goes onto the block crimp. Now, if she gets this one, she will move into the lead.
And she does.
Yeah, so there we go, 1 indicated on the board on the left here.
Still got some left in the tank.
And plenty of time, 2 minutes on the clock. Coming up to the head wall now. She drops back down, so indicating she's feeling maybe a little bit pumped. And also, it did allow her to sort the rope out because she was kind of standing on it. All right, big left knee in here. And then crosses underneath and flags with that right foot. I think she's a bit too pumped to carry on at the moment. Yeah, and she does slip down. Now, I don't think that was so much slip as more fatigue for me when I saw it.
You think?
I just feel that sometimes foot pops happen because an athlete's tired. Chae-hyun So, the hometown hero, walks onto the stage to begin her run. Well, mate, look, tell us, you live in Seoul. What will she be feeling right now, do you think? I mean, it's such an exciting atmosphere out there.
I just lost my words.
The crowd here in the stadium, they're so excited every time a Korean athlete climbs. That must feel incredible as an athlete.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure how loud that can actually sound like to athletes when they're super focused. And there are some people that compete better and perform better when they hear someone else in the back that they know. And they should be really proud climbing in front of their dad, their mom, their best friends. And they have a lot of teammates who competed over the weekend. And I think they're here to cheer them on because there's only one each in the final from Korea.
And we should just point out to everyone, by the way, that although you are a route setter, you didn't set this route. So you're an expert on movement and setting, but this isn't your creation.
No.
Okay, so Chae-hyun So up. Nasty block crimp that. We didn't have it from that angle. And swings the feet through.
And she did find the heel hook that we were talking about.
Yeah, straight away as well. She just swung it into the heel. And then matches heel to hand. Chae-hyun So's another one who's really good with those heel hooks.
And I heard she has a lot of, a really long appendix.
I don't know exactly her
Plus
appendix.
10 centimeter? Or a little bit more than that.
Wow.
And she's like a 164.
Yeah, 163 is a official stat. And appendix, just to explain it, that's the length of your arms.
Yeah. And a lot of elite climbers tend to have longer arms compared to their own height. And I was talking to one of the Japanese athlete who competed for the lead, but she missed out on semifinal by a few spots, and she's 164 and her appendix 179.
Okay.
So plus 15 centimeter.
So she's got a very long reach.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Chae-hyun, they said, is about the same.
Okay. Yeah, she's kind of the perfect build to be a climber, basically. All right, well, she's doing well at the moment. Climbing quickly, 4 minutes left on the clock here.
She has paced herself quite well, too. She's only spent 2 minutes to get past this black section.
And she's coming up to the sort of highlight of the bottom half of this route, which is this really powerful traverse from the left back into the middle of the wall. So those footholds there, I mean, look, they are usable. Anything on the wall is usable, and the athletes will kick off it, and they're pretty used to standing on bad holds. But it is easier if you just campus through, and this is one arm hanging here above the crowd. And you can hear the gasps from them. She campuses outright. And I think she's looking fresher than Yu Dong-sang did at this stage. Still pretty steep, the women's route. You can see they're 40 degrees into 25. It's not as steep as their semi-final route. It was right in the middle on the 55. Now, this is where Tong fell. Chae-hyun looks fresher.
She looks like her center of gravity is a lot higher, and her foot placement looks a lot more stable.
Oh, cracks in a hugely high foot up over the angle change and rocks up right onto it. Now, interesting sequence through here. She matches, goes right, and then finds the left hand.
And according to it said, I think you're supposed to go up first and then come down to the side pull undercline thing that we see in the screen on the volume with a little jib foot just before the angle changes.
Let's see if she does. So she's seen it. She looks down towards it, crosses under, yes, and then unwinds and trusts that right foot. But the right foot's bad there as well. 1 minute 48. Time will not be a problem here.
She looks like she's still comfortable there.
I think you're right. She's looking fresh, although now it's started to bump a little bit. A huge rock up once more. And a nasty crimp to come. More of a side pull above her head.
Crazy lock off.
Oh, she's really having to fight here. But she's still got enough energy to clip.
And plenty of time for her to finish.
I imagine she'll want to shake that left hand out. Yes, now she can drop it down. Can she recover in this position? We know how good she is on crimps. And you can see the crowd down below, the tents and sponsors' tents in the background. She is managing to have a shake.
She does look quite comfortable there.
She will have had a look at the time. She knows she's got it. But you do get to a point where no amount of shaking out will help you, and they can press her chest up against the wall to try to get something back. Bumps up. This could be the end for Chae-hyun, and so it is. Well, she'll say goodbye, but I'm not sure. When I look down the list, and I think Erin McNeice, Annie Sanders, Ai Mori, the top three, I don't think that's going to be enough for a win. I'm just going to put the prediction out there. So here she goes. She is the junior female champion for the youth circuit, starting to break onto the main stage. She got a bronze medal at FISU, which is the European competition in Slovenia. Sorry, the university competition in Slovenia. And then since then, she's been competing at European championships, youth championships, but now she's back on a senior stage. At just 19, this is a lot to handle on these bright lights of a massive competition like this. But she looked fantastic in semi-finals.
She did. She came out early on, and she still got the furthest, up until maybe last few people out.
She gets going then, 5:42 on the clock. Now, see, she's where those ticks are. I think it's kind of to indicate a toe if you want it, perhaps. Maybe, he says, theorizing. But she didn't really need it anyway.
She did take a look a little bit, but I don't know if she's actually going to use it. It's a bit far out and down low.
And we saw how beautifully Chae-hyun did this move by sort of flowing into the heel and placing it. And she spotted it as well. Boosts up. Well, risky section done. Now she can just focus on this kind of clock-shaped arc of the climb.
So in semi-final, you talked about some athletes overpower and they performed really well on the previous round, but they might not have some power left for the next round within the same day too. What do you think about her?
Yeah, I mean, usually with an athlete, especially her age, coming into the senior circuit, I say that could be a danger. But she's done so many competitions recently, and I think that will help her in this situation. She's used to these multi-day events. I think more it's whether the nerves and the sort of excitement will make her overgrip, overcommit to sections, perhaps.
Like the next section that's coming up.
Exactly that, yeah. And I think she can overthink it as well. This is, as you said, quite a straightforward route. Struggles to get this clip in. Shakes up and rests now. Gets in that long quick draw. Right, this is the section here. Actually, it's simpler than it looks. You've really just got to commit to swinging the feet. Stop thinking about the feet themselves. So she is overthinking this a little tiny bit here. It's almost like that heel is so good that she's resting on it. She doesn't want to release it.
And also, I think that hand that she's holding on to is like worse than it looks. And since she's a little bit taller, she was struggling to get her right foot heel up.
Yeah, good point. And when she did release the heel, she had to hold a pretty nasty swing.
I wonder if that is to affect a few moves later on, where we saw two of Chinese athletes fall.
So far, Rose is looking good though. Going to try to use that foot. I don't know what she's standing. Is she on the
a bow toe,
yeah.
I think.
That is Chae-hyun's high point, 44 plus, so quite some way to go for Rose Recca. If she wants to challenge for that, she could get herself up on the provisional podium quite soon.
But she does look like she has a bit more left.
Yeah, another bit of a fiddle with the quick draw. It's in now. Yeah, so that will be up to third position at the moment. That score will tick up if she just gets a hold more. So that will be provisional second. There is the angle change once more. And that high foot, but she nearly lost it. There wasn't many fingers involved there. She matches, and for the first time, it looks like she's in some trouble.
She somehow gets through. They managed to also get a clip as well.
Still on the wall, still fighting Rose Recca. She drops back down, just shakes out that arm for the briefest of moments.
She would have to bump her foot up to the one by her knee. This like yellow thing that we can't really see because of her leg right now.
And she keeps looking down at it, doesn't she? Out she comes, stretches.
Or maybe not.
Seems like she grew a couple of inches there to get to the hold. And then this move, but this is so difficult when you're tired, that unwind and cross through. I'll find the right part of this sloper now.
And this is like either a match before you bring your foot up, but when you're pumped, matching the slow branding, bringing your foot really high is really, really hard. Because you can't pull yourself up with your forearms.
Oh yeah, she's in some trouble. She saved it with an inside flag. It's not going to be the high point, but it's a strong performance up to 39.
Only 5 moves away from Chae-hyun Sung.
Yes, I'm very impressed with her. Here is Jessie Pilz going for the overall title. Generally just loves competing.
One thing I really love about those athletes who's been competing for a very long time is that their dedication when they know what they need to do to win something is crazy.
And you can see the pace Jessie started things off. She timed that semi-final run really well, probably the best of all of them. I know she slipped, but she had like 2 minutes to go or something at the top. And she's got the same kind of determination with this one. She'll know it's a long route, a long wall. Of course, bronze medalist at the Olympic Games as well. You can see the rings there on her ankle.
Oh, is that the tattoo she got after or before Olympics?
I don't remember which Olympic she got it on, whether it was after the first one or the second one, but we're seeing lots of shots, so I'm presuming it's the second. I can't actually remember if she had a tattoo from before. She is a double Olympian. She matches back on that right arm. And Jess is slightly taking the pace off here, which I think is clever. It's so physical, this. You don't want to be out of breath as you're doing it.
Yeah.
Competing since 2010.
Started competing in 2010.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, she's only 27 as well. She's got a lot of time left. All right, out towards the big side pull now, and a heel in up high.
And this is the section where Rosa had a bit of struggle trying to get her foot up.
Whoa, Jessie just spans it out.
Just split it out.
Mate, you were shaking your head as she did that move.
It is very classic for a lot of female climbers to do so. And I would be the one doing that too, because I don't ever want to cut feet on the lead wall, ever.
More of the Annie Sanders refusing to do anything going out. Well, Jessie's read this pretty well, because she's not necessarily, well, now she is, so I'll be quiet, but I thought she wasn't going to stand on them.
The fact that she's flipping off of the foothold that we thought no one would be stepping on. For those top athletes, it just maybe looks like a joke. Yeah,
I mean, the setters said, look, this is lead climbing. The athletes have got to find their own way. It's part of the game. And, they do allow that creativity to come in for the athletes. And I think it's a sign of good setting when we do see that. Okay, high foot. Hits the crimp. Rosa Chae-hyun, so way above Jess's head at the moment. 3 minutes, so half her time gone now.
Is she faster than Chae-hyun? About the same?
Yeah, about the same, I think. Right, rocks up.
She still looks quite solid on the wall.
She does. That pinch is not very good. We got a shot of it earlier on. It's pretty slopey. Marginal hold. You've got a crank on it. That's the hold where Rosa grew a couple of inches and Jessie made it look a little more in reach.
And this is where we were talking about when you're tired. I think you're supposed to bring your left foot up high on where she has her thumb on at the moment, but with that slopey hold on the right side.
Yeah, and every athlete's kind of searched around up there. It's obviously...
I wonder if it's like left hand cross into it first, like she did, and then bring her foot up.
Yeah, I think she wanted to just pull straight off it and realised her body was in the wrong position, like too far to the left.
And then with her left hand still left on the hold that she wanted to step on, I think she made the smart choice of trying to do a different beta right away.
Wow, she's a good lead climber. Like, it's just... Oh, but she's close now. Those elbows going up.
And still gets the quick throw.
And remember, watching at home, she will not know that this is the high point. She hasn't seen Chae-hyun compete. So she won't know that she's about to jump up into the lead. But we do. And remember that overall title. This is a big deal for Jessie.
I think at this point, with like how long a lot of people were on the wall, because you have to wait for your turn, she knows that she needs to get this high in order to place first and second, maybe, possibly.
Yeah, it's a really good point there, yeah. They'll know their timings, especially someone as experienced as Jessie. But standing on this no text now, risky stuff. Hits the left hand.
Sticks it.
Whoa, okay. Third, 26 seconds. She's tying this so well.
It should be enough for her.
There's the top. Now we think match this and then just go for a jump. Paddle styly. Foot on the bolt cover. Is the feet going to feel terrible? She's going to try to do it kind of statically, you know. Yes, she is. Or forget the jump. She's going to top the route. 2 seconds, though, May. She's not going to top the route. Now, she's been timed out on that.
That is so heartbreaking.
She gave a look down at the belay, you know, as well. I think she wanted that rope to come a little bit quicker, and she's going to walk over with a shake of her head.
But I think she did spend a bit too long trying to get herself ready for the first few moves. And I'm not sure if the root setters saw that happening with stepping on the
is a
rope
bit
blocker.
grabby, look at it. Now, I don't know if that was because of the rope drag. Erin McNeice out, the third to last athlete to compete.
It's crazy to see. Progression to finals for her is 100%.
Wow. Yeah, I hadn't noticed that. That is crazy, isn't it? I wonder if that's just for lead. I think it is just for lead.
Yeah, I think it is just for lead. And then the fact that she hasn't won any medal yet.
But remember, this is kind of her first season. So, you know, I mean, she got her first medal the other day.
Yep.
Did she make it 2? Right.
I think she knows that she climbed a bit too slow in the semi-final because she looked down and then she knew she timed out. So I wonder if she's trying to change her pace in the beginning this time.
She goes for 2 toes around the corner. I do think that is what that tick mark is, you know. It's kind of implying a toe.
You think?
I just think it would be very unusual for the setters to leave a tick in that obvious if it wasn't for something. You know, they're not trying to trick the athletes.
That is true. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe that's the new thing.
Oh, that would be too mean, though.
I think it's a bit harsh if they did that, yeah. Russian roulette with the holds, not so good. All right, gets the clip in. But remember, Erin's done a lot of climbing last couple of days. She did get Friday off. I'm not sure how much you can rest in one day, though.
For those young guns, though, I don't ever see them actually getting tired.
That's true. I did about a 2-week holiday after some stuff, but yeah, they're a different breed.
Like, I've only seen... I don't know if I've seen Erin get pumped over one bordering round.
Let's see, she's going to have to fight hard here, though. And she'll know from that crowd's reaction that Jessie either topped the route or got very close, you know. So Erin will be aware of what she has to do in order to win the competition.
If they were to all top within time, it's going to be a comeback. And if it's still the same, then it's going to be the time to the top, if I remember correctly.
Yes. I'm never quite sure exactly once you get to that level, but comeback is the main thing, you know?
Yeah.
And you'd have to have some draws deep into the competition for time to be a factor. Okay, Erin is looking okay at the moment. She moves up to hold 21. Keeps checking the clock, showing just how aware she is at that time.
Her pace is a little bit slower than Jessie Pills.
Yeah, and Jessie was climbing fast, and she still timed out.
But she did have a little time to rest on the top.
That's true.
So whether you keep the pace and you just keep the pace up onto the top, or you go fast and you rest.
Erin puts in a right heel, drags that toe. That was a bit awkward. crosses through. And our camera panning underneath her. She's pretty high up on the wall at this stage, about halfway now. And I can't see her having many problems with this section.
Doesn't seem like it.
No.
No one seemed like they had any problem with it.
Oh, wow.
Finding a new method. Another split.
I just realized my head is sideways. I'm literally turning to look at the screen. Like a 90-degree angle on that one.
That's what it looks like from straight back.
And bumps out with that hand.
She had a slight right foot slip.
Comes into the pinch here. Well, that's the leaderboard as it stands. So that's where Jessie was timed out, literally at the top.
So it is 48 moves to the top. And if you would have to clip within the time to get the top score.
Yes. All right. So up she goes with the right. High foot coming.
She's a little concerned with her foot placement.
Oh, that was close.
She probably wanted to have her left foot high, but she managed to make it work.
Oh, she saved it. Now rocks up on that left foot. And crosses out. Okay, Erin is still looking fresh, despite that little slip down low.
But she only has a minute left.
Yeah, true.
I think she rested a lot through the second half or the 2/3 of the section.
All right, well, she doesn't rest for that long there. I think slightly less time than Jessie, but look, straight. Oh no, she's no.
Yeah. But this is a section where people have been kind of like, do I go right, left, or do I bring my left hand up?
Well, she's also hesitating a bit. I thought she was going to commit immediately to the sequence. I was about to say that, it's a good bit of reading from her. But I think that right hand is wrong. 23 seconds now. She's going to get timed out on this one. Oh, just holds the left hand.
And it is about how far she can get to.
Yeah, she'll know the time is gone here. She's just got to keep going. Forget about the quick draws almost. Just keep climbing. She'll drag it in, though. 5 seconds. Can she get to that silver point? 1 second. No, she can't. But she's still definitely had energy left.
Yeah.
And I don't think she knows she's been timed out. The belayer will sort of short rope her a little bit to let her know. And there we go. Down Erin comes. And yeah, 3rd place for her. So here is Annie Sanders, our gold medalist from the other day. And has a certain sort of, I don't want to call it swagger, because that's so opposite of her character, but there is some confidence in her step at the moment, as it would be after that gold medal.
No, I was really, really happy for her gold medal. Like, especially after such a good performance on the last 2 borders in the bordering final. And it's really worth a watch. There's a replay on YouTube, right?
Of what? Of this round?
Of the bordering final.
Yeah, so there's a few things on YouTube. So there's the highlights we make. It's available in certain countries on YouTube and not all, but we have a very good, if I say so myself, highlights show, free to watch. And also, I did an interview with Annie the other day, and you can see the full of that final boulder. And it was in yesterday's Climbing Club show. Thanks, mate. That was a good plug, by the way. Professional. All right, Annie Sanders, this is what she needs to do. She's more than capable of topping this route. She just needs to hurry up.
Yes.
If someone could pass on that note, please.
I think she knows. They've climbed, and she knows she's timed out, even though she topped the route in the semi-final. And she did the same thing in qualifiers.
Well, that's what worries me. She did it once, then did it again.
But it's just, I think, for them to... I think it's riskier for them to change their own pace than to, like, get it quicker and then maybe make a small mistake to get them... not get them as high as they can possibly get
Yeah, you are totally right. I just would love her to climb quickly. It's one of those. But yeah, she does need to do it. And I think sometimes if you dramatically alter your own pace, as you say, you can make mistakes, and we don't want that. So,
I think Annie and Aimori are a few climbers that I haven't really seen any foot slip, especially on lead route, and that's how consistent they are with their own pace, which also indicates they are a little bit of a slow pace climber, because they're very precise with how they're going to place their feet and their hands. And she's struggling a little bit.
She is. It's just a bit out of reach, and she tried it a few times before readjusting, and will now stretch it, and she'll know that, yeah, that was a bit of an error. Out she goes, spread out on the wall now with that toe hook locked in.
To me, though, she's already climbing quicker than the past 2 rounds.
Now, you can see it in her body, like it is a bit different. But I think it just comes at you. Suddenly you think you've got a lot of time on this route, and something happens in the top sector, and it goes.
Yeah, I thought Erin might have had enough time, but she did spend a lot of time resting in the purple and the yellow section there.
Yeah. I have a feeling that this traverse makes you tired, and then suddenly you're on crimps, and although you can stay on the crimps, it's hard to progress. And Annie will want to find a way of doing this as statically as possible as well. Fair play.
And I think it's kind of a natural way of thinking for a lead climber. If they find a jug, they're supposed to rest.
Yeah. Oh, fig 4 up high to make the clip.
You're so psyched for that.
I love it. I just love it. I just think it's cool that it kind of seems like the climbers have learned a new trick, because it used to be a kind of a gimmicky thing that you sometimes do, but I genuinely think it could be helpful now. Plus, it's really hard to do.
It is not easy. I don't know if any of you watching this tried it, but I do not like it.
No, I don't either. It kind of pulls my shoulders out of the socket. Okay, stretching left now. She's got 2 minutes on the clock. It's good.
It's not bad.
No, it's good.
And I think the last section of the wall is like really, really her style. Very static. Gas on, small holds, and slappy, but that might also change her pace. So she has to be careful with that.
Yeah, true. Actually, check the clock just then. That's the high foot. But yes, it's very much her style, these small holds. And that might help. Maybe she won't rest as long on them. She'll find them easier.
So I talked to Annie's mom after the qualification round, and the reason why she timed out was as soon as she got into the last part of the wall, she got into a slab climbing mode, which she went really slow and ended up having a few seconds out on the clock to top the route.
Yeah. Now that's interesting, yeah. Because it is a very slabby head wall. It's unusual.
And because it is very consistent and you can keep holding onto it, it kind of makes you move slower.
I think the athletes must have read this as a right hand up, and then that jib is a foot.
Yeah, because the right foot jib, I think if you're tall enough, like Aimori, I think would definitely choose the one right below, and the left hand onto the sloper.
Oh, she stretches up.
Is she ignoring that on purpose? Or maybe she just doesn't need it?
Yeah, maybe that. But 38 seconds is suddenly there. And Jessie's high point is a long way away still. I think she's going to get up to second, but whether she can get first, I don't know.
Well, she did look at the time. I don't think she's going to stop.
She can't afford to, although she suddenly does look a bit tired here. Maybe kicks the right foot up. It should be second place for her.
She would have to make a splash out of it.
Yeah, she'd have to jump all the way across. It's not going to be the high point, but I think it's going to be second. Is she going to use this hold, though? Yes. Well, we'll wait for the scores to be updated because I don't think they have been yet. She's going to carry on because she won't know. Must be hard to hear with the sound there. She hasn't realised she's out of time, but she is.
It's a bit a bummer for her to time out on every round.
Yes. And here she is. And look, this is a lady that you've spent quite a lot of time with. You know her well. Just tell us a little bit about Aimori, because she's a hard person to get to know.
That is true. I think it took a long time for me to get a smile back from her. But I kept on saying hi, hi, hi every time I saw her at the gym. But I've also known her and known her family for a very long time.
So is she shy just to everyone? Because because I've talked to her on camera, and she's when you actually talk to her and spend time with her, everything opens up.
I don't think she's shy. I think it's just she thinks a lot before she talks, and she chooses words, and then by the time she's choosing the word, people think, oh, she's kind of a quiet person, but she really isn't.
Yeah. Well, she's got a lot of people's support in this stadium. She's underway here, and you can see she is climbing quickly.
She has looked the same ever since she's like 5, 10 years old, but she's now 20. Or 21.
Okay. Right. It's quite exciting with the time, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know we don't ideally want athletes to get timed out. We want to see them falling maybe more, but it sort of adds another level of drama. But I have a feeling the athletes will dislike it as much as I like it.
But she seems to be climbing a little bit faster and a little bit more dynamic than her usual climbing style. So she might know that some people have timed out with the crowd. But I don't know if she listens to the reaction from the audience before she climbs.
Yeah, some don't. Some have headphones in and they don't want to hear it. I think this comes down to not necessarily speed on the route. It comes down to not resting.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool, because it's a true test of endurance at that point. You know, it's like if you find good recovery points and you can get it back, fine. But surely the ultimate test of a lead route, being an endurance sport, is if you have all that endurance. So it's, I don't know, to me it's interesting. Slight fumble. Every fumble like this will be costing time. See, this is the thing. I start looking for the second, how you could save time on this.
But she hasn't really been resting a lot, and then this is like one of the first sections that we've seen a lot of people shake their hands before they keep moving. It seems like she's going to keep moving. It's quite impressive and interesting, because I haven't really seen her move that fast on the wall, to be honest.
Yeah, and do you remember Jessie Pilz? Remember she had to come first or second? Well, she is guaranteed first or second now, so that does mean that she's won the overall title for 2024.
I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, good effort. I mean, she's done so many comps this year as well. But we'll talk about Jessie after because currently we're focusing on her. But yeah, there we go. See the confirmation of it. So Jessie will take the overall. Yanya will have to wait another year before claiming title number 6.
Another legendary moment.
Yep. Had a few this year, haven't we? Now, this is cool. We don't often see that from her.
I think that was the setter's intention. But most people ended up just going with the locking off campus or using their feet. She is on a good pace so far, but this is where the pace changes. I wonder if she can keep going with her own pace that she's kept for the rest of the route or not.
Yeah, how long can you grit your teeth and sort of, keep not resting, keep fighting a pump? But she's so gutsy, she can do this. Also, Annie Sanders guaranteed a medal too, so that's 2 out of 2 for her, which is quite rare in different disciplines. Okay, flicks a foot around the rope. just got to dig deep here, fight through, but this awkward sequence is to come. And I think it's also about if you read this correctly and quickly.
This is where people started to slow down a little bit.
Now, if she commits to this move with the left hand, this is very good from Aimori. It is. Look at this. So she
Looking good.
All that was is one look to check and then back down. Full commitment. 1 minute 25. She's got the time.
She's got the time, but I don't want her to stop.
Keep going,
She's the first person to clip that clip from that handhold because everyone just wanted to get out of it right away.
Yeah.
But a minute left.
All right, this is so nerve-wracking. She's still talking. I just want to be screaming to keep going.
Less than 1 minute left.
Now, for the first time, she pauses, makes an adjustment with the feet. I'm kind of watching through my fingers here at this. 48 seconds, and she's in some trouble, you know. She might fall. Forget the time, finish the route. Left foot, right on a sloper. Oh, that's a nasty thing to stand on with that no-tech surface. I don't think you can.
She's not liking this.
No, she's not. And maybe this is it, because she didn't pause. You know, maybe she's too burnt out on the top.
She does look a bit stretched out here.
You know, maybe this gamble hasn't worked for Aimori. 14 seconds. She does now pull through. 10 seconds.
Can she make a move?
She realizes the time. 5, no, she's not got time on this. Jessie is going to win this competition. And she does. Aimori will top out the route, but she will get timed out, and Jessie will get the 48. Aimori will come into second, Annie Sanders third. May, that
was just so crazy. We both lost words for the last 30 seconds. I was fighting for the last few moves she made.
Oh, wow. That was very exciting. And you could see that was the moment she realized the time, and you could just see the franticness comes in as she made the clip.
I am kind of curious to ask those three a question, whether are they happier because they topped the route, but they're more frustrated because they didn't top the route within the time they were given.
It's a good point. Well, this is confirmation. Jessie Piltz on the top spot, followed by Aimori, and Annie Sanders takes her second medal of the competition. Chae-hyun So just outside of the podium. Erin McNeese, then Rosa Recker, Yu Tong Zhang, and Ji-Lu Law make up our top 8. Wow. Jessie Piltz. What a gold medal from her. Nearly topped the route.